Alright guys, we're on back more. AC2. Continuing on.
So I think that people just have a bad taste in their mouth about her gameplay right now. I think once Janelle is gone, she'll be able to.
So we're doing Bonfire with Vandy's. Very close to the end. I said this already. I would not be playing these DLCs if they weren't forced upon you on the Ezio collection. I really wish they've had the option.
Come, gather round. Listen well to what I say. The end approaches. Now is the time to repent, to beg God's forgiveness.
Like, look, I think it's hilarious. I do. I'm down to dunk on Nicole all the time. Nicole was more upset. So Dave was telling Nicole, like, yeah, Bailey was pissed off at you. Nicole
Wait, who are we?
was more
What's that
upset,
thing?
I think that she was like, oh, well, she thought that I was trying to ruin your game day. That's not what I was trying to do. And it hurt my feelings that she said that thing. Nicole also says in that conversation, I don't blame Bailey. It's not her fault.
Wait, what?
She misread
Oh,
the
okay.
situation. I'm just like, I don't want to joke around about that anymore because I don't want people to think I'm trying to ruin your game day. It's Danny who then takes it and is like, Bailey was being so mean, Bailey was being aggressive, like, it was really, it was
Fuck.
like, Danny
Whatever.
she cries a lot, yes.
You're mine.
But in this
Since it is
situation,
your own.
it's just,
How would he
I just,
sense
like,
that?
I see things sometimes and I'm like, oh, it didn't really play out that way.
Not all of us
I just, like, I
require
have to say something
deception
even though people are like, oh,
to
you're
be
ruining your fun.
convinced.
And the tough thing is that also Danny made a very
Oh,
similar
I
joke
see.
5 minutes beforehand. She said, "Showman's is
Nothing
showman's
is
work
true.
for the end, right?"
Pero
And
compito
right,
facile,
Nicole, and I think that like again, it just really sucks. And again, like I keep going back to that aggressive comment, like that really seems to me, and it just feels so. Whether
To be fair, I think that joke is completely
sucks
different.
to have that coded language happen. And again, I'm not sure if they meant it that way, but to have Danny stir this up
Game?
so much, well, it may be an interesting part of her game.
Okay.
It's really not
And it kind of brings alongside with what
What?
I'm saying, that maybe this is their opportunity to now flip this and make them become a target, kind of with that, her being aggressive now, with the
Oh,
maybe having
fuck
a showman's
off.
now, with them, hurting Nicole Franzel now. Like, it's just, I feel like there's a big
It's a fucking
thing
game.
that's happened with those three
I don't even
people
wanna fucking waste
that will
the
make it
thing.
easy for them to be targeted sooner than later.
What the fuck is going on? This fucking... Okay, whatever. We're gonna waste the potion. What the fuck? This game won't fucking control properly. Oh, fuck off. Why didn't he fucking run up that?
Whereas I do think that is what Danny was trying to do. And then Danny does go to Tyler, and she tells the story like, oh yeah, Bailey was,
Let me fucking run! It won't let me run away.
Watch out for that.
Oh my
He is
fucking
trying to use it
god.
that way. I have not seen Nicole do that at all. Nicole was interested in squashing it. We're kind of directing our anger in the wrong direction, I think, in this particular instance. That's all I wanted to say.
There won't be enough of you left to bury.
Speaking of, the next person on the list is, in fact, Nicole Franzel.
Oh, fuck off.
Who has fallen below Cody and Enzo, but just barely clings on to the upper tier. Has not quite fallen down to the middle tier yet, but she seems to be on her way.
Don't worry, we'll catch her.
interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's the weird thing is that you guys have talked
Yeah, I
about
feel like
this
Nicole, for
begrudgingly,
me,
like,
I feel like gameplay-wise, I'm more impressed with what Nicole is doing now
the weird thing is
than
that what
I've
she
probably
does
ever
is
been
a
with her.
bit of emotional manipulation.
Why didn't he sprint?
You know, it's a bit of
Whatever.
like, I do want people to
That was
pity
dumb.
me a bit, because when they pity me, unconsciously they are supporting me in a manner of speaking, and damn, it works well. It works so well, and Nicole is in, like, a pretty darn good position right now. I'd have to imagine that part of this is the Janelle trashing, which has only sped up from here.
If we want to be like, if we want to talk about like Nicole victimizing herself, you don't need to go to the other situation because that was more Danny. You can talk about what she's doing today, which is, I just know that Janelle is gonna come at me. She's gonna get crazy. Like, I just know it's gonna happen. What am I gonna do? I'm so scared.
Non si passa.
And Janelle hasn't done
Do you hear me?
This one?
until you've all
Yeah, it
submitted
really is like
and given
just her
yourself
trying
over to the
again, also
prophet,
build up
Savonarola.
Janelle's big threat as
This
well,
bridge
based
will
on
remain
get rid of
closed
her.
to you.
So it's a great tactic. It's not very fun to watch unless you're someone who like does the Stanford prison experiments for fun. It's a little. So I think that again I think it's a.
We're just gonna run into this one, I think.
But I do think
Okay, well,
the
fuck.
the emotionality of it particularly can be just like
Really?
I'm
This
a
fucking game! What the fuck?
appreciate
You won't fucking climb this.
at the same time.
There, what the fuck?
And the
Whatever.
But I just kind of had a question because what actually was the catalyst for her to start going in on Janelle from the beginning? Because
You were a noble's
what's coming
close.
up now is the whole
How
amazing
is it
race
Savonarola
drama that doesn't
charmed
really
you?
have anything to do
Wealth
with Janelle
and
directly.
power
It's
do
mostly
not
with
ensure
the Riley
contentment.
sisters. And
I
then
would
I saw a
want it even
tweet
more.
that I'm assuming
Now instead,
what's his
you have
name?
nothing.
Victor, that he
Questo
posted
non è che
showing
un
like some
atto
conversations
dovuto.
that they had back and forth.
Well, he
like,
did the final
don't worry, like,
season.
what you didn't think,
One of
like,
those
I
episodes
love the
installed.
Riley sisters, but I'm not choosing any sides, and she kind of just like absolving herself from really caring about that particular situation. Probably. So I'm just wondering why it's come back up again. That the Amazing Race drama is what is the cause of the rift between Franzel and Janelle.
I do think that's a good question, and because again, it's so funny to me. Like we got night one feeds, but like I think collectively as the community, as the feed audience, have still fallen for like the same thing that they do in the house, which is like we have started telling ourselves stories about what happened in night one of the feeds instead of actually going back and looking. The only people that were targeting Janelle right out of the gate were Nicole Franzel and Danny. And Danny is doing what a lot of people were thinking that Tyler was doing, which is Danny is saying, I wanted to work with Janelle. I never said Janelle's name at all. Until she started to, like, that is a complete lie. That is definitely gaslighting. Nicole Franzel came into the game. I have no idea what Danny's name is. No idea. We have to imagine it had something to do with the pre-gaming. But Nicole Franzel, according to Nicole Franzel, said to Tyler early on that basically she was cool with Janelle. The Amazing Race thing happened. She was still cool with Janelle. And then in the preseason, leading up to the game, she found out, she and CBS, according to her, found out that Janelle was helping spread rumors about her in the pregame, and we heard many of these rumors. And we saw Janelle on the feed say that she was told by Dan that Nicole got Derek kicked off the season. So we know that she at least had heard these rumors, and probably spread them at least a little bit.
Secure those crates. We can ill afford to let their contents fall into the wrong hands.
And Rachel, I think, as a team, kind of spreading rumors about her in the preseason, talking specifically about crying to production. And so she came in thinking Janelle is against me. We didn't really hear anything from Janelle about Nicole Franzel.
Okay, so this is the one I had the most difficulty with the first time I played the game.
When she started talking badly about
Oh, fuck off. Okay, fine.
She might have heard that
We didn't die.
after her. And then it wasn't until recently that Janelle said, yeah, the beef started with the Amazing Race when she backstabbed my friend. So that is like the extent of what I think we know for sure in terms of what they have said on the feeds about this
Then I saw the
beef.
ethos of commerce and the division it
Pretty
creates.
much gotten over that pretty quickly. It didn't need to be this big thing, I don't think. Like unless it's super true that Janelle was spreading these rumors, I just or was it? Do you think it happened? Like, do you think she
Fuck.
said,
We didn't get it. Damn it.
Rumors for sure. I don't know if Janelle was the cause of them. It might have been that Janelle was told things like, it might have been like Dan heard this rumor, and Dan passed it along to Janelle, and Janelle passed it along to somebody else, and then that somebody told Nicole, hey, Janelle told me this, and then Nicole was like, I knew Janelle, who's best friends with Rachel Riley, would do this to me, or it could be that Janelle was spread out, we have no idea, no idea what was going to go on.
Are the men
I will be intrigued to see tomorrow night's episode because apparently during like the have-not choosing ceremony. I think it is. Again, it's always exaggerated in the retelling. Apparently there was like a thing between Nicole and Janelle, because I believe she picked her to be a have-not for this week. So like, we'll see if any comments are made or if it's going to be a big nothing burger. But yeah, I mean, it's a conflict that keeps getting stoked, and she is really doing a great job of just saying that Janelle is like, you know, we're working for the good of the house. I don't feel safe with Janelle being here, and so it's Karening a little bit, but like she's getting rid of someone who is probably most vehemently going after her, and so it is kind of a net win for her, even if it's not the most digestible way of doing things.
Yeah, and somebody pointed out quickly in the chat that I was wrong slightly there. That Janelle was talking about Nicole in night 2, and it was like night 1 or night 2 that she mentioned.
No, what are you doing? Ah, fuck off, we had him targeted.
So there definitely was some kind of tension from the pregame from both sides, but it seemed like it was much more on the Nicole side than Janelle at first, at least. Go ahead, Brendan.
Oh yeah, no, the point I was going to go with just like I was saying before here is just like, I think that we've all talked about Nicole's gameplay this way, and I do think this season is the season where it moves her the most because she came in as one of only 2 winners, and I do think that making yourself emotionally in need of other people, like even as she's making this move to Janelle, but it's coming from this place of weakness, right? This place of, I'm scared of Janelle, I need more help to protect me, and even though it's not fun to watch, I do think it is to be noted that that's a pretty good strategy for someone who comes in with the baggage of winners to do, right? Because, you know, and maybe we can talk a little bit about this with Ian too. It's like these players, like, they're winners and they should be these big neon targets, and I think by putting themselves in a position where
There we go.
help, you know, when they're, it's like the whole body posture thing. It's like when they feel like they're asking for help, they sort of
You try to force devotion.
they have, which is
Sometimes
They talk all the time about how Ian is a winner.
what to
All
think.
the time they talk about
No
Ian
good has ever come of that.
on Ian.
Benché il
We
mio
have to watch
cuore
out
sia
for Ian.
turbato,
He's a winner. It's
la mia mente
never
è
brought up that
lucida.
Nicole is a winner. It's
Requiescat in
never
pace.
I mean, I think it should say something that even the most defeatist, pessimistic person on the season is being like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. Nicole Franzel's going to be our first 2-time Big Brother winner, which is crazy to say. And, like, the fact that people are saying that, again, it speaks towards, I think, why she's still in this position, despite her rating falling a bit. I will be intrigued to see if Janelle does leave next week. Again, we'll see what happens with if she's still going to.
Oh, fuck off. Why aren't you climbing that?
Tactics she chooses moving forward, I think that the variability of where she goes from here is gonna
Okay,
be very
cool,
interesting.
whatever, fine. Oh my god, it's like this game's fucking playing like AC Unity or something.
Nicole Franzel, we have Cody Calafiore, who has fallen below Enzo. He had a slight fall from last week. People a little bit lower on Cody than they had been initially. He had risen from the preseason just very slightly last week. He is back down to where he was from the preseason. He is very good all season long in terms of his legacy. People feel very similarly about him now as they did before, Brendan.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point he's playing a pretty similar game. I mean, I think so much of Cody, and I think even there's a little bit of this Christmas, that these people kind of got to the end as sort of the B person, you know, and so much of their legacy this season is
Okay, why did I
whether or not they
not...
actually fix those mistakes. I think we'll see if these people get to the end of the game again. They
Where at
kind
time
of
was?
had no
12.
realistic shot to win again or make those wrong moves. I just don't think they're, no matter how well they played before, I think we as fans are just going to be a little disappointed. You know, I think for them to really jump to the legacy watch and not kind of just stay where they are, it's Christmas, it's Memphis, it's Cody, they really have to improve. They, you know, it's not enough to just be like, oh, they made it to the end twice.
Which, by the way, I forgot if I mentioned this or not, but I am trying to finish this game without upgrading anything. That's why I haven't bought anything. Despite
because again, I don't know how much
clearly being
winning
in
the
a position where we can.
Well, and I wonder if him winning his second competition of the season, if that will help or hurt the way people think about him.
When I think of his gameplay, I just think of like, who cares? Like I don't care. Like you win the veto, okay, who cares? You're not gonna use it.
think they're all really sleeping on Cody.
If he gets power, or the people he's aligned with is going to get power, so it's just like a meh, whatever. Who cares?
All right, above Cody,
Your orders are simple. Keep watch over these fields and ensure no harm
all the
comes
way
to
from
the
the top
bundles of
tier,
fuel.
right, third
It may
place in the
seem a
top
mundane
tier below
task,
Tyler, falling
but
all
it
the way
is
down
critical
below Enzo in
nonetheless.
the upper tier. Big fall from grace for Danny, who started in third place overall, maintained that position last week, is now down in seventh overall.
Ah, fuck off.
In the upper tier below Enzo. This has been brutal for Danny, who is playing pretty well. In fact, I think this is probably the best she's ever played the game, which is proof that gameplay does not necessarily king in the Legacy Watch, but her legacy has definitely been tarnished. The number of people I have seen that were like there is, at this point, there should be Danny Stan support groups, because, like, former Danny Stan support groups, I should say, because a lot of people came into the season like, Danny's one of my favorite players of all time, and they are currently watching her on the season, and they were like,
Our very existence depends upon keeping all of this
I
secure.
come.
No.
Well, I think the fact that even Evil Dick
Nah, we're
is not
fucked.
speaking very favorably about
Yeah, we're
gameplay,
fucked. Oh, wait, that was him? Oh, shit, I didn't realize that was him.
Perceived and perceived by the audience.
To be fair, he said he was being mean about her in season 13 too.
But was Twitter is rampant then? Like, I don't know. But I think that that's really going to be affecting, you know, how people are perceiving her. It's like even her dad's not really rooting for her and thinking that she's making some good choices. So she might do better
I mean,
later
it's
on
Evil
in the
Dick,
season when
though.
she's actually started winning some competitions and like being a little bit more out in front with her gameplay. But right now she just kind of seems like a mean girl that's kind of jealous of Janelle and lashing on to Franzel because she's not intimidated by her and just listening to what the boys want to have happen in the game. And so it's not really that appealing.
Fuck.
I don't get it. I don't get it. No, I think that, I don't know, I think it's that if Danny does
Oh my god, this might be perfect.
If I'll be honest, I think it's because of her
As long as he gets
Big
there.
Brother 13.
Shit.
And I think it's because she turned against the veterans. Specifically that
Oh, we got
you
it.
know, she went out and she was one of the people that got rid of Ben Brendan twice.
You would have let your own people starve.
Despite winning a
And
fan
for
favorite
what?
that season was definitely not
Too
a fan
long.
favorite
I
overall, and so I
suffered
think
them
people came
insults.
in being like,
They
oh yeah,
called
we
me
love, you know, the
simple
shocker,
and low
awkward
class.
type of person who like
I
was not
wanted
afraid to take
their
shots. And I think
respect.
we forget
I'm afraid you
that
do not have
Danny
mine.
Donato has always kind of been
Quanto sia
a mean
penoso
girl.
il
You know, she
trapasso.
was not very well liked in her
Lieto sarà il
infancy.
tuo
She really was
sonno.
not. She kicked some butt in
Requiescat
that
in
game, but
pace.
she was definitely not very well liked. And so I do think that part of her personality has kind of stayed the same over time. I think it really does depend on Chantal's point of like, where are those comments being directed towards? If it's against someone that we don't like in that moment, we love her. If it's not, then we do not care for her so much. And so I would still put her in the top tier because, again, I think
Yeah, I
her
still put her in the top
character
tier.
and just the role that she plays in the franchise, I still think is not necessarily been affected with 2 weeks of Big Brother 22. But I cannot question the fans who are understandably frustrated with, you know, to quote Devon, if these are the people that she chooses to lay with, and that she, you know, send her comments out to one of the most universally
Is this actually gonna
players
work?
in Big Brother history.
It's just the push and pull. I feel like we see, we talked about it with the
Wow, that actually worked.
Rental. It's like there's gameplay and then there's how we feel about their tactics and how we feel about the kinds of things that they're saying and what they're doing. And I think that comes into when we're talking about legacy, how we're gonna feel about these players at the end of the season. That stuff's undeniable. I mean, the comments that someone might make or the way.
That's right. You know, especially given recent events, maybe that should not be put out there.
Yeah, that's all part of it. You know, how we do these things, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I do think we're still seeing, like, Danny from season 13, like, she's the same. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
she's exactly the same person.
All the way down to, she is now talking about turning on her alliance. She wants to go after Tyler. Like, I was gonna say, like, if she flipped on this alliance, people would probably love her again. And that's kind of what she wants to do. She wants to go after Tyler. Now, I think the problem is that people want her to go after Cody. They want her to go after
You must
Nicole.
not disrupt our work. Firenze is sick.
People aren't
It's our
necessarily the
duty to
biggest
cure
fans of
her.
Tyler sometimes, but I think
forcing
they
our people to
generally
follow a
prefer
madman?
Tyler to Cody and Nicole.
It is unwise for you
So,
to challenge those in
the fact
power.
that she's going after Tyler, and that will
Well,
probably only
that is
benefit
about to
Nicole
change.
and Cody.
No, you won't
probably
take me.
save her
Step on the
from
road. I will know of
the
your
ire of the
treachery.
fans this time.
Guards! Guards!
So, that's where Danny is. Above Danny, just barely, but above Danny, we do have Enzo at the top, or in the upper tier, here, the top of the upper tier, here for Enzo, who is going to have a rise. Enzo, who started all the way down in the middle tier, you know, he actually started at the bottom of the middle tier. Has risen. Last week he got up into the upper tier, just at the bottom of the upper tier, and this week he is now at the top of the upper tier, steadily rising. Enzo, same with Christmas is steadily rising.
Fine,
So
that works.
Makes some sense because they're both in very good
I
safe
was a
spots in
victim.
the house, Chantal.
It's not my
Well,
fault.
I'm actually
No,
thinking that
you
Enzo,
made the choice.
if Janelle and
charmed
Keith
me
are not part of the
with
equation,
that
I think that Enzo
thing.
is actually
Only
going to be
because
my
you
winner
allowed
pick.
it.
Because
Lo
I
faccio
think that
per il
he's
popolo.
actually playing a pretty good
Requiescat in
game.
pace.
He's likable, he's funny, he's been winning some competitions, and he's not out in front as a major threat to anybody. And so I think that he's going to have a similar trajectory as he did in his past season, where he'll get to the final three. And I think that because the competitions are more likely to favor his strength and his ability, that he might even win that one and be able to take himself to the
Wait, where am I
final two.
going?
So right now,
Okay, so what do we have
how
left?
things
Okay,
are going,
we're
the way
doing the
things are
Duomo
going,
one, aren't we?
I'm wanting an
Something
Enzo
is wrong
win, and
here.
that's my projection.
Where is everyone?
I'm thinking that's good that he's moving up.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if he ekes his way to the top tier over the next couple of weeks, because I think that what is really amounted to the
Okay, yeah, so we have what, the
increase
Duomo
in
one?
favorability in terms of his
We
rating is the fact
have
that I think he entered this
the
season
combat
as
one.
kind of a clown.
And
I
what's the
think,
third one
you
that
know,
we're missing
you
now?
guys, you and
Oh, it's the
Maggie
doctor,
and
right?
Barry talked about
Okay.
this, Karen,
So yeah, I'm
about
pretty
how,
sure
like,
those are
yes,
the
he
last
was
three.
part of one of the most successful alliances in Big Brother history, but like you think much more about Hayden or Matt Hoffman in the brigade than you do Enzo. And I think
I don't know
actually
about
what we
that.
were talking about with Cody, the fact that he was able
Oh
to
no,
come
this
in
is
and
the combat
do
one.
the same thing, someone like
Okay.
Enzo actually marks much
Another
more favorably
challenger.
because he was not really seen initially as
Savonarola
like the
warned
one
me.
who
Savonarola.
was really one of the brains
That's
behind the
a
operation,
roll,
unlike
not
someone
the
like
Medici.
Cody
Ferret out
or
those
Memphis.
foolish
And
enough
so
to
it's
play
weird
at
that like
hero.
the exact same
It's proven
I really
to
do
be
like
exact
this
same
DLC
situation
though.
again.
indefensible.
Like while there are some
sort of
annoying like, oh,
stagnated
you
some
can't be
ratings
detected
where
things.
Memphis decreases some people's ratings, but in Enzo's,
I think overall
purely
that's a lot of fun.
just based on the way he
What a
was playing this
spectacle.
first season.
Do all these like
Just how
different
long
types of
you survive.
assassination missions.
Another a few days back.
Alright, so, above Enzo, we have Ian Terry in the top tier,
Get him!
falling behind Kaser. So Ian has just barely maintained that top tier. He was at the bottom of the top tier to
No,
start.
game. Can you attack him?
He then,
There we go.
decreased
That should be
his
good.
value a bit last week, and this week, again, just barely
Is
holding
this
on
truly who I
on
was?
that line in the top
So
tier.
proud.
I think overall people have seen Ian
No.
and they've been like,
Savonarola
quite
bewitched
what I
you.
remember, but
Bibi,
I love him.
or was it that I tasted
So
power and
that's,
found
I think,
myself
keeping
intoxicated?
him up there, Brendan.
Yeah, I mean,
I had
I think
been
he's a super
stronger.
likable player, and I think he's been
As
fun
do
this
I.
season too. I mean, I think kind of like what you were
Mir
saying before,
incresce,
Sharon, you know, his
ma non
threat
c'è
level has
altro
never
modo.
really decreased to the point
Requiescat
Let's get the
in
where
pace.
pace.
you can see that total dip, you know. But it's a tough spot because, like I said, I still feel like if he can just keep surviving in a position of not a lot of strength, you'd like to hope that it's
Okay, game.
he might be able to
Okay, how do I survive that?
maybe that's wishful thinking, but that's really his
I
path.
want
You
no
know,
contact.
Again, oh my god, I mean like playing this section though reminds me just how great fucking Brotherhood is, gameplay wise in comparison. Because like Brotherhood really does improve like upon the formula of this game in like every possible way.
Rise up. unless he gets to the final two, and then maybe at that point it will shift.
I mean,
But
maybe
up
outside
until
of,
then, I just
well, I mean,
most
even then
likely
it's
see it
better
going
gameplay wise.
downward,
I was gonna say
because
outside
they're
of
really
like,
favoring Franzel right
obviously in
now,
Brotherhood,
they
it's
have
much
to
harder to
stick
gain
together,
money.
I think.
But
Yeah, I
like,
mean, I think
to be fair,
it's-
that's
the
for the
question
betterment
is with
of
this
the game.
Alliance, if this is going to be Ian's quack pack, where he has sort of been brought in under the guise of this is the alliance, when it's really not, and if Ian is sort of being brought in as a loyal soldier for an alliance that truly does not have his back completely, how is that going to affect his rating? And again, it depends on if you're playing the exact same game as you did last time. It really depends on whether you rise or fall. I do also feel like this being a big week for Kaser, from a popularity perspective, probably also squeezed Ian a bit down by comparison.
Yes. Alright, so above Ian, we do in fact have Kaser, and it really was more Kaser rising than Ian falling in this particular instance. Kaser in the top tier. He started the season at towards the bottom, just above Memphis in the upper tier, and he has been steadily rising. It was more of a big jump last week and then a smaller jump this week. But Kaser here in the top tier. This is where
fuck
Kaser
off, just
needs
fucking
to
get
be,
there.
and I think that he just needs to continue to rise as he shows off the fact that without Janelle he is the greatest of all time, and he'll eventually make the Big Brother Pantheon top.
Yes, I think that, you know, we love watching Kaser's games so much.
Yeah, okay, this is the Dormo one. This is another annoying, potentially annoying one. I think I did it perfectly my last time though. In the speed run. Again, quote unquote perfectly, I should say.
So I think that that's why it's still continuing to rise, is because he's not giving up, he's not giving in, he's playing what we want to see him do, and that's what we want to see him do.
Yeah, but I think that, I don't know, I'm really trying to come up with like a Survivor comparison for like someone who has not come back in such a long time, but when they do come back, you gain so much reverence for them. I guess maybe like an Ethan Zahn of like, you know, because and who knows, maybe Kaser's gonna finish in a very similar position as Ethan Zahn.
Don't you say that.
I know. Again, like I'm wearing his merch. I don't know if I want to make that comparison. But I think that Kaser, again, if we're talking about purely reputation, Kaser was sort of known for as like the guy who kind of got clowned on season 6 and never made the jury. I got voted out on his birthday twice. Like he had some fun moves, like guy steals your partner's fate, but he was always known as like that green candle that lit, put him a lot of smoke and a lot of fire, and then got snuffed out before jury. And that might be the case here, but I think Kaser being so fresh in the minds of Big Brother players, especially compared to people like Keisha, who may not have exactly capitalized on being in the Big Brother spotlight again, has earned so much favorability. And you join up with Janelle, and that just increases it even more.
Why isn't he grab? Oh,
He's brought so much to
fuck.
the table this season. Even
This
if he does
game.
go out soon, I mean, just in terms of the sorts of issues that he's bringing up and the fun of some of the games we play, and just I think that Kaser, like all these people, you know, it's like if there is a long way off, and you think like, are they still the person, or maybe they're a different person, but do they still bring?
Why won't you grab onto that?
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Whatever, okay, fine.
Where he is, and
Well, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons just installed.
He brings so much to the feeds, and he tries to bring so much to the game. It's very difficult, I think, to not appreciate Kaser, and I'm so glad that a whole new generation of Big Brother fans are getting to experience Kaser, and hopefully they're going back and appreciating him back in the day as well. All right, above Kaser we have once more Tyler in the top tier. No real movement. He started in the top tier at around this spot. He then dropped a little bit last week, and now he's back up to where he was when he started.
That wasn't too bad. Could have been quicker, but
exactly where he is. I think that people are very impressed with what they've seen with Tyler so far, and they were very impressed with what they saw from him the last time. And he's also I think unlike even like a Cody, certainly a Danny or Nicole, he's
Pedro Computer.
not super problematic
L'opera di mio padre.
In a major way.
Requiescat
I think like
in pace.
the worst anything anybody has to say about Tyler is that like he gets a little cocky sometimes. And so I think that helps keep him from being dragged down by like.
Okay,
like,
well,
stuff
fine.
other than
I thought he
gameplay,
would
I
jump
say.
into the hill there for one.
Brendan, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, and I mentioned it a little bit at the beginning of the podcast. You know, it's like when Tyler.
So I think what we'll do is we'll actually go ahead and wrap up this here.
Winners, there's going to be these other players like Janelle, and then yeah, when I first saw the name for the cast, I was like,
We'll wrap up this mission. Then next episode we'll wrap up Battle for Lee and also do the Codex pages. And then we'll end for tonight. And then tomorrow we'll finish 2. Which should only take about 40 minutes or so. So finish 2 and then get around the starting Brotherhood probably. And at that point we're definitely back on pace to have this done by... I have Brotherhood done by Wednesday.
It's getting those vibes of like, and the thing that's interesting is it's not like he, not just thinking about Survivor for 2 seconds. It's like that Tony thing. It's like, it's like he hasn't even had a moment where he stoned. Like it's not even like he had a moment where everyone was like, oh, Tyler, like he's not as good. Like he made it all the way to the end, and yeah, he didn't win. But yeah, I'm impressed. And like I just said, I mean, Danny is still looking at him. The wheels could come
It's
off
quite
for Tyler,
simple,
but just the
amici.
fact that
If you desire care, you submit yourselves fully to our new ruler.
And I also think the fact that like, he's nominating Janelle and Kaser, and he's not really getting any heat for
Yeah,
it.
that's
like,
the craziest thing.
the audience is still like, even myself, who's like obviously super fans of both of them. Like, I'm like, oh, Tyler's actually playing an okay game, and I know that this is what he has to do for his game, and so whatever his mist is over me a little bit as well, and saying that like, I don't mind him making this move, even though it hurts me so much to say it. I don't think it affects his
Should I try to use the gun?
Yeah, and I
I'm
think
pretty sure last
like
time this
that,
didn't
I think,
work.
because he was not necessarily part of as many personal remarks about the outsider.
I know we got it.
Now, I do think he's part of this people that like have they won, they'd be like, it's okay, honey, you can nominate Janelle and Kaser. It's totally fine. We understand. It's part of your game.
No.
And I'm so excited for this. I'm hopeful that
To
Tyler's going to
command
move into the
such
Big Brother
power
pantheon
over
eventually,
the body,
because I do think
Between
he
this
is probably
world and the next,
one of the best, if not the best,
it
Big
seems
Brother
I
modern
grew
player in the show. Like,
intoxicated.
I know that
And now
the
you
tail
grow
end of his
still.
season
La
last
tua
time was
morte
the
non
squishy
sarà
movie
inutile.
and the little bit as
Requiescat
a
in
result.
pace.
But like, just look back at what he was able to accomplish in those first 6 weeks, and it is absolutely bananas what he was able to do. And it makes me so excited that if and when Danny does take a shot at him, that like Tyler is raring to go, and he's willing to go into that game mode. Like right now, he is totally fine sitting back and being like, I'm gonna do what the house wants. But he knows that as defensive as he is right now, he can be very offensive later on in the
Fuck,
season.
that was what
And
I'm
it might
thinking.
just be offensive.
And he has Christmas as his secret weapon, you know what I mean? Like, Christmas can come in and take out some people that might be targeting him, and she's gonna win stuff. Like, I think that she has it in her, especially because she wants to prove herself as being a comp beast from her previous season. Like, I think that she's gonna be very helpful with getting him a lot further in the game.
If Christmas wins an HOH like a couple weeks from now, even maybe 2 weeks from now, even maybe 1 week from now, expect Tyler to be in her ear, a la Caitlyn, about Danny. Expect it, because it's probably gonna happen. All right. Finally. Last person on the list, Janelle. Has she stayed in the Pantheon, or has she fallen back?
Let's actually head towards the mission though.
She does remain in the Big Brother Pantheon, still by a hair. I mean, it's not solid, and I'm curious to see if she is evicted this week. Will that knock her back down, or will it push her back up? I don't know. But as of right now, she remains in the Big Brother Pantheon.
As I said, we'll end when we get there, and then
I think she'll
next
stay.
we'll do one more episode for tonight
But
where we
I
will
think Big Brother
finish Battle
is
for
the
Lee.
reason she fell out of it in the first place. I think the reason reason
yeah, no
the
shit.
top tier and not the Pantheon in the preseason is because of her performance in Big Brother 14. And people still loved her, but it was not a great performance. And so I think they came in with a slightly lower, expectation for her. If she goes out here again early, I think it's another not great performance. I think that it might not knock her out of the Pantheon right now, but I do wonder long term what kind of effects it may have. But I don't know. Because right now I'm probably saying this to people like, you are out of your mind, Darren. We will never unstand Janelle. But again, like,
What the fuck? That's not what I wanted to do? To be honest, that was my own fault. I pushed the wrong button, but like, obviously it's not what I wanted to do. I accidentally pushed square instead of X.
No, never. Well, I kind of, like, for me, I would want to play with Janelle and Kaser so badly
One's here.
that, like, I couldn't take her out of
This
that
looks like it's
spot
too long
because,
for now.
like,
Thank you for
she
watching.
just would be